Good morning. Today is going to be a productive day. Got up late, but that doesn't mean I can't get everything done. But either way, I'm gonna take you guys through my day today and show you what I eat today on my reverse diet, which I'm also gonna fill you in on because it hasn't gone quite according to plan, but we're working on it. It's fine. Also want to talk to you guys about the best way to work out for fat loss, and my main answer may surprise some of you. Some of you are probably like, oh Marissa, I already know what you're gonna say. You don't know what I'm gonna say. You probably know part of what I'm gonna say, but you don't know all of what I'm gonna say. So we're gonna get there eventually, but I am hungry and I want to go make breakfast, so let's go do that. Breakfast is served. I actually, as I was walking in here, I realized I was planning on eating it just like flat, like eggs on toast, but then I had a thought. It's like, what if egg sandwich? I think this is gonna be my preferred way to eat this. Whoever decided to put eggs on crispy bread and call it breakfast is a genius. And then I also made myself a little breakfast hot chocolate that I drank like half of as I was making my breakfast sandwich. The reason my reverse diet has not been going quite according to plan is that just life has been happening and inducing anxiety that has been suppressing my hunger. And so it's just been hard for me to like consistently keep my calories up. So basically my reverse diet is just moving a wee bit slower than originally planned, but honestly like that's not a big deal. Like I have no defined timeline where like, oh, I need to be at X number of calories by this date or else whatever. Like I'm fine taking my time with it. If anything, that means I'm less likely to put body fat on, which is fine with me. But one of my hacks for getting in more calories so that I can at least like eat bare minimum what I need to is drinking my calories. Today, honestly, this doesn't have that many calories in it. I use the Organifi chocolate gold, which is very low calorie, especially when it comes to like a hot chocolate. It's only 42 calories. I did put collagen in there to get my protein up a little bit. It's mostly the almond milk that's giving me the calories that I was looking for with this. But basically the last like week or so I've been reintroducing morning beverages to just get in some extra fuel for my body. Today I'm having this because it is a rest day. So not like a rest day, it's like a pump day. I'm gonna explain my workouts in a little bit. We're not going to the gym today. We're doing a super light like pump workout. But basically today is about chilling, relaxing, like letting my body recover. And the Organifi chocolate gold is like perfect for these days because this is formulated specifically to help like calm the body and reduce stress, which like I particularly need because it's just been lots of stress lately. But one of the key ingredients in here that I absolutely love that is really good for helping the body manage the stress response is reishi. Reishi is an adaptogenic mushroom, and adaptogens as a whole help the body buffer against a variety of stressors, whether they be like chemical, biological, environmental, external, internal, like any sort of like stress on the body, basically anything that's going to affect your cortisol in any way. Adaptogens help your body kind of manage that stress, and then reishi in particular is really good like specifically for the stress response. So like other adaptogens can maybe help like more with energy, some help more specifically with sleep, but like reishi is just, it's really well known for its ability to like help just calm the body. And then one of the other main ingredients in here is turmeric, which is a very potent, powerful antioxidant. And it's also very anti-inflammatory, which means also perfect for my goals for my like basically rest day. Is I want to help my body like promote healing as much as possible because I had a really hard leg workout yesterday, not gonna lie, kind of sore. I may have pushed it a little bit too much. Like it was a really good workout. I felt really good. This also has lemon balm, which is thought to help with relaxation, as turkey tail, which is another adaptogen, and it, while also supporting the stress response, is really good at supporting the immune response as well. And then of course This is just, it's a hot chocolate. Who doesn't want a hot chocolate for breakfast? Like, who would not be happier in this world with a hot chocolate for breakfast? It's kind of interesting because this specifically was actually really helpful for me when I was on my cut, like actively trying to lose fat, because this is a very like low calorie hot chocolate. Like it's 42 calories. I think there's like less than 3 grams of sugar in here. 1 gram of sugar. It's like if you're on a cut and you're craving something like rich and creamy and chocolatey, this is amazing. Also, because being in a calorie deficit does increase cortisol and cause some amount of stress on the body, this can help buffer against that a little bit. So like I was using this on my cut as well. Now that I'm in a reverse diet trying to eat in a surplus, I'm using it because it tastes amazing, and I can add a bunch of other things to it to increase the calorie count if I want to. Today I didn't too much, but like other days I love to add like cacao butter to my lattes just to make it even more like rich and creamy, or I can use like full fat coconut milk or something else like that. But either way, it's gonna taste like a hot chocolate, and it's gonna make it a lot easier for me to add more calories and like just get them down. There's honestly like nothing more Marissa than this. Like an adaptogenic hot chocolate is like, that is the definition of a Marissa. But no matter like what stage you're at in your health and fitness journey, I highly recommend this. It's very versatile, clearly. If you do want to check it out, I'll leave a link down in the description box below, or you can go to Organifi.com/fitandnerdy and you can use the code fitandnerdy to get yourself 20% off. So nifty, little discount for you. So I'm gonna go finish this cup of deliciousness, and then I'll catch up with you when I eat, maybe when I do my little workout. I don't know. I'm gonna go get work done for now.
Meanwhile.
So I told you guys like last week, 2 weeks ago, that my new training plan for my reverse diet is strength focused. So I'm lifting heavy, like very few reps, like 1 to 5 reps for most exercises, up to like 8 for some. 4 to 6 sets, the whole shebang. Lifting heavy, like for strength, is an amazing way to speed up your metabolism, and that is the goal, so that's what I'm doing. But the other thing that I'm doing is I wrote myself a little program where I train glutes every day. So I'm filming this for a video. I'm doing like, I trained glutes every day for 3 months, or I don't know how long I'll do it, but I'm gonna train glutes every day for an extended period of time and see what happens. And so today is not a gym day, but I'm doing some very light pumping exercises. If you guys listen to MINDPUMP or have done any of their programs, you'll know that they do these things called trigger sessions, especially for like MAPS Anabolic, where between the bigger workouts on your off days, you do just resistance band exercises. And the goal here is to send the muscle building signal without causing any of the like damage that actually lifting heavy does. So when you're lifting heavy in the gym, you are actually breaking your muscle down, like you're tearing the muscle fiber. And it's when you're resting, eating protein, eating carbs, recovering, that the muscle actually repairs and builds and gets bigger and stronger. But if you're tearing down the same muscle every single day, it's not going to be able to recover. You're literally gonna work backwards and overtrain. But something that you can do in between to still train the muscle group every day and increase the frequency without increasing the intensity or the volume is do very light resistance band or body weight exercise. And what this does is it basically sends the signal to the body that you want that muscle group to grow, but you aren't causing any of the muscle damage that lifting heavy does. So you're not making it harder for your body to repair, but you're making your body like more focused on repairing it. So today I'm doing 3 different like banded exercises, mostly to target the abductors. So I'm gonna do half now, have a little snack, go for a little walk, do half of it later, and that'll be like my glute stimulation for the day. So we're starting out with an exercise called 30-30-30s, which uses a resistance band. I got this from Brett Contreras' Instagram. He is the booty king, so you know, we trust things that Brett has to say about glute training, so I'm just gonna do it. You do 30 abductions leaning backwards, 30 abductions sitting up, and 30 abductions sitting all the way forward. My glutes are literally dead just from that. Honestly, probably should be using a lighter resistance band, but I don't have one, so we're stuck with this. And now I'm gonna do some band standing external rotations. And I love these just because it hits the glutes in a very different way from most other exercises. It's more like a rotational power exercise because the lower body mimics throwing. And the glutes are really powerful in generating that like strong hip rotation that's needed for a very strong throw. It's also just a great way to get a glute pump.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I'm having a little snack just because I am kind of hungry. I'm trying this new flavor of kombucha and ginger spice, and honestly, not sure I'm a fan, but I'm also having the lesser evil paleo power curls in the cheesy flavor. They're very good. I like them. And then I also just have some deli turkey from Whole Foods. I've mentioned a lot that I eat deli turkey, and I get a lot of people going like, oh my god, Marissa, don't you know that deli meat's so processed? Most deli meat is very processed. This that I get from Whole Foods is literally just like sliced turkey breast with like seasonings. Not your regular old processed deli meat. Y'all should know me by now. I am out for a walk, just getting a little bit of actual movement in. I've basically been sitting all day except for like 5 minutes of doing those resistance band exercises, so my body just, it needs to move. Even though today is a rest day or a day off from the gym, I still want to get movement in. Like, movement is still really good for repair and recovery and all of that good stuff. Also, I do find when I am more stressed and more anxious, walking is really helpful in kind of just keeping the stress and anxiety under control. I had to cut my walk short because it is so cold outside that my inner ears started to hurt. That happens to me when I like walk and it's really cold. My ears start hurting inside. Is that normal? Does that happen to you guys too, or am I just weird? Anyway, wanted to talk to you guys about the best workouts for fat loss. While I may be doing a reverse diet trying to gain weight in the form of muscle, I know a lot of people are starting off the year trying to lose weight, so I want to give you the best advice possible if this is the path that you're on. So there's a couple priorities when it comes to determining what the best workouts for weight loss are for you. Priority number one, this is like the number one thing to determine whether or not a style of training is gonna work well for you for fat loss, is it needs to be something that is enjoyable for you, or at least something that you feel like you can stick to, because consistency is number one with like any health and fitness goal. I could write you the optimal program to achieve every single little goal that you have, but if you look at that program and go, I'm gonna quit after a week and a half, then it's not the optimal program. Even though, like, if you did everything, it would be the most efficient. If you can't stick to it, then it's not gonna work. So as much as I preach that resistance training is preferable to cardio when it comes to body composition and fat loss, if you hate resistance training and if doing it for 2 days just makes you want to die and never go in the gym again, but you freaking love cardio, then like, by all means, do cardio. So that's priority number one, the stick-to-ableness of the workouts. Priority number two is what you probably already knew what I was gonna say, and that's resistance training. If you can incorporate some amount of resistance into this workout program that you know you can stick to, that is going to be more optimal than not doing that. For most people, if I were to design like the most efficient, effective workout regardless of what you enjoy doing, it would be mostly resistance training, like for strength, for hypertrophy, like straight sets based around the 5 main compound lifts, like nothing super fancy, pretty darn straightforward. So like, if you love that, fantastic, like do that. That is going to be the most efficient and most optimal. But if you don't like that, and you're like, Marissa, that's going to rule out number one, like I won't be able to stick to that, then trying to do some amount of resistance, working with some amount of weights is going to be better than just running. I have a whole video in case you're confused about why cardio is not optimal for long-term fat loss. I'll leave a link to that down in the description box below, but basically with resistance training, you're speeding up your metabolism, you're building muscle, which is going to improve body composition, you're more likely to retain muscle as you're losing body fat. So again, it's going to preferentially favor like a lower body fat percentage as you lose weight, whereas with cardio, you are slowing down your metabolism, you can lose muscle as fast, if not faster than fat, and so you may actually increase your body fat percentage while you lose weight, which is not usually the goal. And then your body adapts to cardio so fast that it stops working pretty quickly. Like you hit a hard plateau after like 6 to 8 weeks. And then from there, all you can do is either keep decreasing calories or keep increasing the amount of cardio that you're doing, which is just, again, not optimal for long-term fat loss. But again, more detail in the video that I'll link down below. But those are the two main priorities with workouts for fat loss. You can stick to it. It has some amount of resistance in there, the more the better. Other priorities include a schedule that is suitable for your lifestyle and something, again, that you can stick to. Because again, here's the thing, maybe you would get the most efficient results training 4 days a week, But you don't have time to do that. You only have time to train 2 days a week. And if you were to try to train 4 days a week, you would be getting 6 hours of sleep a night and constantly stressed out. Like, that is not going to be optimal for fat loss. This is literally like one of the first questions I ask when I'm onboarding a new client is, how much are you currently training? How much could you feasibly train in your schedule? And then how much would you actually want to train if you could get results training as frequently as you want to? And so maybe they have time to train 5 days a week, but they're like, I'd really only like to train 3 days a week. So I start them at 3 days a week. Starting with a lower frequency of training is almost always going to be better because that means you have room to add stuff. That means like maybe you get really close to your goal and you're like, okay, I have like 3 more pounds that I want to lose. I just want to like get this done. So you add another day of training and like half an hour of cardio for like 3 weeks, you're done. Whereas if you're already training 5 days a week and you have literally no time to add anything else, then you're stuck. So more is not always better. Pick a schedule that's suitable to your lifestyle and your desire to exercise. And then kind of going off of that, making sure you're not overtraining. Like that is another huge priority. Again, a lot of people think more is better. It's not always better, especially when you're not sleeping enough, eating enough, etc., to be able to recover from more. Or you're just literally pushing past like your genetic potential to recover, even if everything else is perfectly in line. I accidentally did this for quite a while. Last time I did a reverse diet, I was training 6 days a week for an hour. I felt fine the whole time. Like I felt good, my strength was improving. I didn't show any specific signs of overtraining, but then I took a week break and I lost like 4 pounds in a couple days. That would have been inflammation, which would have meant I was overtraining, and so my body was extra inflamed. And so when I stopped training, my body was like, okay, we can chill the heck out now, let go of this extra water weight that we've been storing. So I probably could have made so much better progress on that reverse diet, training 4 to 5 days a week instead. My body would have been able to recover a lot faster. I probably would have built more muscle. I would have been less likely to put on body fat. Yes, you heard that right. If I had been training less, I probably would have put on less body fat. It's a crazy concept. So those are the main things to prioritize. Now here's what I highly recommend not prioritizing when you are looking into various fat loss programs. Number 1 is picking workouts based on what burns the most number of calories per hour. First of all, most of the workouts, like if you're looking on YouTube for like workout that burns 600 calories, I guarantee it does not burn 600 calories. This kind of just goes back to what I was saying about overtraining. If you are just trying to push the intensity as much as possible with the workouts, you're probably going to burn yourself out. You're probably going to do more than your body can actually like efficiently recover from, and you're going to be undoing a lot of that progress. Like let's say you do burn 600 calories in an hour, but you've pushed your body so hard that it can only recover efficiently from like 2/3 of the workout. So a third of that workout was useless and undid some of your other progress. Additionally, those workouts are all basically just high intensity cardio, and as I said, cardio is not efficient for fat loss long term. All it's gonna do is make you feel like throwing up afterwards and feel like you wanna die, which is not how you should feel after you finish a workout. After you finish a workout, you should feel energized, you should feel good, you should feel like ready for more. If you feel dead after a workout, you're doing too much. Also, highly recommend staying away from spot reduction workouts. They're not a thing. You literally, spot reduction is a lie. It is a myth. You cannot spot reduce fat. The only way to target a decrease in body fat percentage in a certain body part is to build muscle in that area instead. So for example, I actually recently did a DEXA scan and my legs are 21% body fat. So I can't go do like 100 reps of squats and be like, oh, I'm toning my legs, I'm going to spot reduce fat in my legs. That's not how that works. If I wanted to actively decrease the body fat percentage of my legs, I could lift heavy, do like squats, deadlifts, build the muscle in my legs with minimal fat gain, have a higher muscle to fat ratio, and thus have a decreased body fat percentage in that area. But that's by building my legs, not by losing fat. But again, this is why I highly recommend resistance training, because it makes you look leaner without even having to lose as much fat. The next thing on my list is cardio. I feel like I've talked this one to death. Basically, don't prioritize cardio for fat loss unless it is what you love and what you can stick with. So hopefully all of that makes sense and can kind of help guide you in the right direction with your workout program for fat loss. But I do want to clarify one thing, which is that exercise alone is not going to just induce fat loss. You do have to be in a calorie deficit. in order to lose fat. You don't necessarily have to like track macros to be in a calorie deficit. There's a lot of things other than manipulating your like specific calories that you can do to put yourself in a calorie deficit. But if you just like amp up your exercise and pay no attention to anything else, likely you're also going to increase your calorie intake because the body is a homeostasis machine and it wants you to stay at your current weight. And so simply implementing a workout routine is not necessarily going to give you efficient and effective fat loss. This does have to be combined with all of the other strategies to target fat loss, but the more efficient your training program is, the more efficiently everything is going to work together to get you to your goals. So I'm about to make dinner, but really quick before I do that, I am going to do one last little glute pumpy workout. This is also a little thing from Brett Contreras. I think it's a pyramid abduction glute bridge. I don't know what he called it, but basically you pyramid down from number of reps. So you start with like 12 and then you do 11 and then you do 10, etc., etc. And you do lying abductions and then glute bridges. So like 12 abductions, 12 glute bridges, 11 abductions, 11 glute bridges, 10 abductions, blah, 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 all the way down. I have not made it all the way from 12 to 1, so we're just gonna go until my glutes are pumped and cannot do anymore. That was really sad. I literally made it to 8. But like I said, I'm a little bit sore from yesterday, so I'm just gonna listen to my glutes and they're telling me they're done. So we're done and now it's time to make dinner. For dinner, I decided to make one of my most recent staple meals. I make some version of this probably 3 nights a week, and the only difference in the version is using a different flavor of Kevin's chicken. And it's literally just one of the Kevin's chicken's flavors with a bunch of chopped up vegetables and some rice. So it's absolutely packed with protein. We have a ton of good veggies in here to get some good micronutrients in, some rice for those carbs, good amount of fat from the sauce, and it is just so delicious. And then I did top it with some black sesame seeds. I could probably eat this like every night if I changed up the flavor of Kevin's chicken. Like, so good. Yay. Yay. Yes. I love you. It is now dessert time. I am so excited. I got these from the store for the first time. They're the Siete grain-free cookies in Mexican chocolate flavor, and they are so good. I'm probably gonna have a couple of these, and by a couple, I mean, serving size is 5, kinda want like 8. Do I even have 8? Yes. Gonna finish the bag. And just because this is what I eat in a day, I may make a cup of tea later and put some honey in it, so I may be having some honey at some point before I go to bed, but that will be it. I think I'm gonna finish my dessert, wind down, get ready for bed, shower, wash my hair. I haven't washed my hair in so long. It's so gross. Really need to wash it. And that'll be it. So I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you check out Organifi, linked below. Use my code FitNerdy to get yourself 20% off. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!